I have found that some of the most successful entrepreneurs who have less problems scaling and growing their teams had really great corporate backgrounds because they worked within a structure and were able to hone their leadership skills, participate in leadership development programs, and do all of those things while being inside of a 9-to-5, which provided that structure. Not to say we all know entrepreneurs who didn't graduate college, didn't have the jobs, didn't do all those things. There's lots of stories like that. However, the folks who've worked within the confines of an organization have a little bit more leadership development. Generally, so when they launch their company, they have more support. Next up, we need to talk about adaptability. You have to know how to adapt, how to move and groove and make quick decisions that are in support of the greater goal. Obviously, you need to be able to be strategic. Some people may call this like the intellectual part of being an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur, knowing what to expect in a larger market, understanding what the trends are and where you can capitalize or differentiate yourself. Creativity, innovation, using your imagination is absolutely positively key. Last year, there was an event in Atlanta, and there was a quote that went around after, and I don't want to misquote it, so I'm not going to share like the event or the person who said it, but because I'm probably going to mess it up. But in essence, it was a very well-known celebrity, I believe, who said something like, when you're thinking about your career, when you're thinking about your business, if you can visually see whatever it is that you would like to do, you have to think bigger. And when we're thinking about entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs, that sense and ability to innovate and be creative is key, to be able to see the unseen and be excited to create it. And then last but not least, that leads us to like the out of the box thinking and the desire to improve. It's how are you creating unique solutions? And how are you always driving to make things just a little bit better? The biggest difference between entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship is really the risk that's involved. We know as entrepreneurs, it's that you eat what you kill mentality. I will be a full-time entrepreneur for 2 years and about a month from now. This podcast will probably come out months after my 2-year anniversary. But I will say risk is one of the biggest things. But as much as you can reward and reap the benefits, there's also a lot of risk if things don't go as planned. There's also a lot more freedom when we think about entrepreneurs and how they're able to navigate. This is an argument I frequently have with my friends because you really have to define what freedom means to you. I can say that an entrepreneur may argue that they have more freedom because they get vacation where they're completely offline. They have a guaranteed paycheck every cadence that they have it. So they feel the freedom to not worry and stress about those things versus entrepreneurs may say, well, I make my own time or I make my own schedule. It really just depends on the type of freedom that you would like to have and in what phase you are.